Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. I want to share 25 things about Disney Dreamlight Valley that I wish I knew when I first started playing the game. If you've been playing the game for a while, you might already know some of these, but you also might learn something new that changes the way you play the game. If you enjoy these tips, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and dive in. Kicking things off with tip number 1, always find your daily moonstone chest. Moonstones are another form of currency within the game, and they can help you buy tokens for the star path, and they are pretty rare, so I definitely recommend every single day finding this chest. My next tip is to save at least a full stack of every material in the game. This can be anything from wood, to fish, to gemstones and crops. It is so helpful whenever you are going through quests to already have a stack of everything before going on to sell any extras at Goofy's stalls. Tip number 3 is to always dig the glowing spots to collect night shards and dream shards. When you're wandering around your valley, you might see some of these glowing dig spots. I recommend pulling out your shovel and grabbing all of them. You need a large amount of these night shards and dream shards for quests. This also leads me to my next tip. Save those dream shards and do not craft them into Dreamlight. I wish someone would have told me this when I first started playing the game. These shards are very important, and like I said, they're sometimes needed for quests, so I recommend saving as many of them as you can. Instead, to easily get Dreamlight, I would focus on tasks you can find under the menu and Dreamlight tab shown here. Tip number 5 is to always garden, fish, forage, dig, and mine with a buddy. When completing these tasks with a buddy, they can sometimes give you duplicates of the items. Getting that extra fish or forageable, crop, or gem can really help with quests and with crafting. This is also a great way to level up the characters. It's important that you make sure to ask the character to hang out with you that is assigned to the relevant role that you are needing. Check what characters are assigned to what roles by opening the menu, collection tab, and characters. Which leads me to my next tip. Be careful when assigning roles to characters. Once Update 3 is released, the roles can only be changed after you craft a training manual, which will change the role of a level 10 villager. When assigning out your roles, I recommend having at least 2 of each type in case someone is sleeping and you need that specific resource. After assigning 2 of each role, then I would assign primarily gardening buddies. It is very easy to quickly level up a character with gardening. Be careful what role you assign to Maui, as he can easily block off tight corners or spaces. Tip number 7, when you need a large amount of iron for quests or crafting, grab your mining buddy and make what I like to call an iron lap with your pickaxe. This lap starts by mining all resources in the Glade of Trust and then fast traveling over to the Forest of Valor. Once you have grabbed all resources in the forest, enough time should have passed where the Glade of Trust resources have respawned and you can do it all again. Tip number 8, serving guests food in Remy's restaurant earns you a little bit of money. As you can see here, I start out with 92,384 coins. After serving the dish, not only does our friendship level increase, but the coins increase too. This is a great way to earn a little bit of money, especially if you are early on in the game. The next tip is you can autofill ingredients for cooking if you have the recipe unlocked. Clicking this autofill button will keep you from having to manually drag all the ingredients in to cook. This is extremely helpful when you are cooking multiples of the same dish. While we are making berry salad, let me tell you about our next tip, which is cooking and keeping berry salad handy will give you an extra energy bar and a speed boost. The recipe requires a raspberry, a blueberry, and a gooseberry. I recommend keeping these on hand if you are gardening or mining. It really helps speed things up. Tip number 11, clear out some of the trees and bushes to make it a little bit easier to do certain tasks like feeding companions or gathering resources. If you change your mind later, you can always place the trees and bushes back in furniture edit mode. My next tip is to make an orchard to easily harvest food. Moving all of the bushes and trees to line up this way makes it extremely easy to quickly harvest all of the resources you can have in the game. Did you know that the map shows an icon where all of the crops are? This icon gives a visual indicator if the crops need to be watered or if they're ready to harvest. It's so helpful to just quickly check in without having to actually visit where the crops are located on the map. Tip 14. When a crop is highlighted in gold, it means you can continue harvesting bonus food for a limited amount of time. Continue pressing the button to harvest instead of holding it down, and you should be able to get up to, I've seen maybe 11 or 12 extra crops, which is amazing. Our next tip is that crops will grow faster in the area that they are from, the area you can buy their seeds. For example, with these pumpkins, I can buy their seeds over in the Forgotten Lands, and I choose to plant them over in the Peaceful Meadow just because it's a little bit more convenient for me. But if I planted them in the Forgotten Lands, they would absolutely grow faster, so keep that in mind. Tip number 16, upgrade Moana's fish stall and Wally's garden as soon as you can. You get a lot of extra resources to collect and sell from these. You might even get access to crops or to fish that you haven't been able to yet because you haven't unlocked a certain area on the map. For my next tip, if you're looking for clay and digging holes like I am now, don't spend time manually filling them in. Instead, you can open the furniture menu and place any item on top of the holes and they will disappear. It's important that you exit the furniture menu with the furniture still placed down so it can save before you pick the item back up. If you don't want to place the furniture or manually fill in the holes, they will disappear on their own after a day. For a decorating tip, you can use these small stone clusters to walk on and use as a pathway in the game. This is very helpful if you are not wanting to craft any in-game pathways, and it also saves a lot of resources. Another fun decorating tip is that you can actually use meals as decorations. Simply drop them on the ground and open up your furniture menu and you can place them wherever you want. Tip number 20 is my personal favorite, and that is buy everything you can in Scrooge's shop every day. The inventory is always changing, every day it's something new, and you don't want to miss out on any possible furniture. Another really cool tip in the shop is that the items you've previously purchased are also available to order directly through Scrooge if you talk to him. You can order both furniture and clothes this way. Tip number 22 is that you can easily highlight a direct path to any character on the map. This is especially helpful whenever you're in the middle of a quest or if you need a specific fishing or mining buddy. So as you can see, I clicked Goofy and now it is taking me directly to him. It is so convenient. Another tip for the map is that you can easily fast travel to another realm. So once you click that fast travel button, you can click the realm tab and you can see Moana and Ratatouille and all of the different realms available there. Once you're in the realm and you click exit, it'll take you right back to where you started. So it's such a quick way to jump in and out of a realm if you need it for a quest or for anything else. Tip number 24 is that we can change the visual settings for what it looks like outside in your valley. Now if you head over to the settings tab, and you head over to controls, you will see a setting called offset time of day. This does not change what time it is outside, but it will change what the visual settings look like. For instance, if you want to play with the sunset, now you can, or if you are in the middle of the night and need a little bit of sunshine, it's so easy just to toggle that button, and now you can play with whatever visual settings you want. Now, bringing it home for tip number 25, literally, if you go home, it will easily replenish your entire energy bar. This doesn't give you that extra bonus energy, but this is a great way to refill your energy if you just need a quick refill and don't want to eat any food. Those were 25 important things to know before playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. If you have any tips to add, or if you learned something new, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thanks so much for watching.